Alright, I'll stand by the tree because it's gonna make sense later on in this video. But I'm gonna share some knowledge that I attained through reading a book. And this book gave me a story about a farmer. And now this farmer had a geese, and this geese gave golden eggs. Now what happens? The farmer gets a little greedy, and he gets one egg a day. You know, the geese can give him one golden egg a day, which is gold. You know, it's keeping this farmer alive. He can eventually even save these eggs and sell them for a high price. You know, he can invest. So he's good with the geese, but he gets a little greedy and he goes and slays the geese. He's like, I want to get all the eggs at once, so let me kill the geese. But when he kills the geese, there is no golden eggs inside. So the homie's like, man, like he got rid of his income. And why am I telling you the story? Because our mind is the farmer, and our soul, our heart is the geese. The geese is where all the golden ideas spring from, where all the golden friendships spring from, where all the good things spring from. You know, if it's not affected by the mind, by the things that, you know, come into our mind. So taking it to, you know, another parallel paradigm, I'm gonna use the life of like a tree, you know. And speaking about a tree, this one specifically, this one's just looking beautiful right now. This one doesn't give any fruits, but it gives me the fruit of happiness, because when I see it, I see life and I'm happy. But taking it to other trees, there's an orange tree, there's lemon trees, you got the apple trees, and we've all had a good fruit and we've all had a bad fruit. If we've eaten enough, which it keeps us alive, then we've all had a good fruit and we've all had a bad fruit. Now the difference of this good fruit and this bad fruit is, you know, the life of the tree, the life, you know, where the soil it got, the water, the rain, the sun, you know, was it getting enough sunlight, was it being taken care of, did it have a farmer to take care of it? And our life is very similar to that, as to where we are like a tree, you know, and kind of like our mind is like the soil, and all these things are coming from, you know, the outside world. It could be, you know, it could be the sun, it could be you know, like books that's coming in. That's like a form of nourishment. A conversation with somebody, seeing somebody do a good act, seeing somebody do a bad act, those things feed our tree. They feed you know, the geese that's producing the golden eggs, or the tree that's producing the fruit. And our life is really going to become parallel to what our tree, the life of our tree. So whatever I'm putting in, you know, if it's worthless, like let's say worthless videos, worthless TikToks, let's see, like, you know, my friends send me and stuff like that, things that don't really add to, you know, my mission, to what I want my tree to produce, then I'm getting bad nourishment. Now, how do I get good nourishment? I get good nourishment by, you know, like the same thing. You reverse that. Anything that's thrown at me negatively, I can reverse that. If I read something bad, I can read something good. You know, I can counter that. But it's all in awareness that it comes from within. You know, it's all about the geese. You know, had the farmer kept the geese alive, he would have still been getting golden eggs till this day. So we got to make sure that what we produce is gold. But remember, for gold to become pure, it has to go through a process. The stone has to get broken, it has to get burned, it has to get refined. So the best things in life have to go through a rough process. And once we accept that, then the journey will always go in an uphill and never in a downhill. Because then we're aware that once we take care of the world within, the world outside, it's kind of like a playground. You know, it's, and to take it even further, now that I'm here in this empty house, it's kind of like saying my body is the house that I was given in this video game to, you know, to use to like beat the video game. Now, like this house is empty and I'm here. I can, you know, if I work and, you know, get the money, I can fill this house. I can put like a TV on this house. I can enhance the house within. Same thing happens with our inner life. When we start meditating, when we start reflecting, like, yo, like I didn't really like that. You know, we know our likes and we know our dislikes. So let's feed our likes, you know, especially if they come, you know, from a good background. Like me, I turned 30 in a couple of years, so I'm focusing on like this stage of life, which is, you know, good relationships, being forgiven, you know, forgiving people, things like that. Those things add value to when we leave this earth. So when we focus on the inner life, when we leave this earth, we make a big impact. But when we're focusing on the world outside, when we leave this earth, no impact, you know? So let's focus on the world within. Let's get around people that are focusing on the world within. And those that aren't focusing on the world within, they will see you live a life that's rich, not in the physical term, but in the, you know, the internal life, which is a life of peace, a life of, like I said, values, you know, forgiving people. Nothing really faces you from this world. And, you know, it's just, you can only go eternal. Once you go internal, you can only go eternal. So, eternal's out. Hope the message hit.